Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so it is weigh-in day and meeting topic for me. So last week I didn't weigh in because of a series of misfortunate events. I did weigh in this week and I am down 2 pounds. So it is a start to get this 8 pounds off. So I'm happy about that. I feel really good. I feel like I just feel like, I don't know, things are back to normal. Like I can look at something and not automatically put it in my mouth. I was having a problem with that for a while there. I was having a problem with just that mindless picking. Not doing that now. Andrew had friends over the other night and one of them brought a tray of those mini 2-bite cupcakes. They were in the cabinet for days. Never had the desire. Well, you always have the desire. They look delicious. But I'm like, you know what? No. And then I scanned it just out of curiosity. I mean, they were so tiny. They were not 2-bite. They were 1-bite. They were tiny. I'm like, how bad could it be, right? 5 points per tiny little cupcake. I mean, when I say tiny, guys, I mean tiny. So that also helped me totally stay away from those. But, you know, I'm just like, you know what? I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's yummy, but something I could make would probably be better. So I just feel like I'm really back where I need to be. And I'm very grateful that I got back in that mindset before I gained 10, 12, 14, 20, 30 pounds back. Because, you know, it's so much easier to gain it than it is to lose it. We all know that. We all know that. Face it, everybody would be at their ideal weight if it was easy, and it's not. So, yeah, so lost 2 pounds, feeling good, feeling really motivated for this week. The topic this week, and the topic for the next couple weeks, is finding joy. Find your joy. So this week, it's all about making time for what you enjoy. That's a huge issue, especially it seems for us ladies, because not that the guys don't do a whole lot, because I know my husband does a whole lot. I mean, you know, he works 40 plus hours a week, you know, to put a roof over our heads and clothes on our back and food on our table. Plus, you know, he works with the chickens. He works out in the garden. He does a lot. But you know what? One thing about my husband, he generally finds time to do something he enjoys. You know, he's going back to school. I've talked about that before. He finds time to read. He finds time to nap. He makes the time to do these things. I, on the other hand, don't. But I have started trying in the last couple weeks to make the time for myself. You know what? Sometimes things can wait a little bit. If I don't change my sheets on Friday morning and wait till Saturday, the world's not going to end. If I don't sweep my floor on Friday and wait until Friday night, the world's not going to end. And I've really started having that approach. I mean, you know, it's a fine line for me, because when my house is messy or dirty or cluttered, it sends my anxiety in a little bit of a tizzy. So it's a fine line for me, but I am learning to work on it. And I am learning to replace that kind of things with finding joy and making time for the things that I enjoy. And that's what this week is all about. It's making time for what you enjoy. Prioritize something you find fulfilling using the steps below. And the first thing they want you to do is list activities you enjoy doing. List activities you enjoy doing by yourself. For me, that's reading or napping, or, believe it or not, I enjoy like making my menus and searching recipes and things like that. List activities you enjoy doing with your crew. Well, with my family, we love playing games, whether it be board games, card games, physical games like cornhole, or going to an escape room, or going axe throwing, or going to the beach, things like that, going on a hike. List things that you like to do to help others. And, with us, it's making sandwiches for Sandwich Sunday at church. It is shopping a few sales at the grocery store so I can take extra groceries to the church food pantry. It is, joining a new committee at church, volunteering my time here in town to help with a project, things like that. And a really important thing is list activities that will help you take care of your health. For me, it is exercise. I don't exercise to lose weight. I exercise for my health. As a woman, I need to exercise for my heart, for my joints, for my bones, and honestly, for my mental well-being. Exercise releases endorphins. So after I'm done exercising, number one, I feel accomplished. Like, you know what? My 52-year-old body just ran 3.1 miles in 28 minutes or 27 minutes. Yeah, I know that's slow comparatively, but for me as a 52-year-old woman who was not a runner all her life, I'm darn proud of that. Or, I just did a 45-minute HIIT workout and I'm sweating. This morning I did 35 burpees. 35 burpees in 4 minutes. I was proud of that. I was, and they were double burpees. They weren't regular burpees, they were double burpees. So it just gives you that sense of joy. And like I said, I don't exercise for weight loss. I exercise for health, for toning, and for my mental health. So your thing, taking care of your health, making time, would be making a healthy meal maybe, or grocery shopping at a store like Whole Foods or Thrive Market, or as your standard, like where the food is a little bit better quality and a little bit more whole foods. And, maybe that helps you feel better about what you're putting in your body. Maybe it's just planning your healthy meals. Maybe it's finding a new veggie or fruit that you've never tried before and finding a recipe for that. There can be so many things. So that's what the first thing they want you to do is list those activities in those 4 categories. Then you need to decide when, where, and how often, and for how long you're going to do those. Do you realistically have the time to do what you want this week? Now, if I said, well, I decided this week I'm going to run a marathon. That's not realistic. It's not, because I haven't trained for it. I don't have the time. I mean, face it, if it's taken me 28 minutes to run 3 miles, it's taken me hours to run a marathon or a half marathon. So you have to be realistic. Just like, you decide you want to make this fantastic healthy recipe you saw, but it's a 4-hour prep time. Ain't nobody got time for that. At least not just on a whim. You need a little planning for that. So make your goals realistic. Like you can say, oh, I'm going to read War and Peace and I'm going to finish it today. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's going to take you a while. War and Peace is a huge book that I have no desire to read. Yeah, I know. I like my fluff books. So just set your goal realistically, because you don't want to fail, substantially fail. We all fail at our goals. We all do. I fail every day at drinking the amount of water I want to drink. We just keep trying and we get better every day. But we don't want epic fails. We don't want, I'm going to go run a marathon this morning. And that's an epic fail, because you know darn well when you set that goal, it's not going to happen. So set realistic goals. Then you need to pair an activity with the time that you set aside. You might want to read. So you decide, you know what? Tonight, instead of going to bed at 10 o'clock, I'm going to go to bed at 9:30. And from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, I am going to lay in my bed and I am going to read for half an hour. I'm not going to play on my phone. I'm not going to watch TV. I'm going to read. Schedule that time. I know it sounds crazy to schedule time for things we love, but sometimes that's the only time we can fit them in. That is why I meal plan. I look at my calendar. I have a whole system for how I meal plan. I meal plan dinners for the month, and when I do that, I have my planner out because I have things already in that planner. Like, especially when the kids were in high school and we had, this sport this night and this sport that night and this sport that night. I had to figure out maybe a quicker dinner for one night. Like, oh, okay, Andrew has a swim meet on Thursday night and we have to be there at 6 o'clock. So I think we're just gonna have sandwiches, or we're gonna have breakfast for dinner. Or, oh, it's a Friday night, no one has anything. Hey, I'm gonna make a really nice roast chicken dinner because I have time. So that is how I manage to fit certain things in, is by just planning ahead. And that's what you need to do. You need to schedule the time. You need to make what's important to you a priority and schedule it in. And that was number 3, to schedule it. Literally schedule it. Tell yourself, this is what I'm going to do. Now, every night before I go to bed, I know I take scheduling and lists and routines to the nth degree. It's because it what works for me. Some people can fly by the seat of their pants like nobody's business. That doesn't work for me. And that's okay. That's okay. Whatever works for you is what you're going to do and what you're going to shine at. I have lists, I have routines, I have schedules. I mean, you saw, gosh, oh my God, I don't even know how long ago it was, almost a year probably, when I did my day of routine, my Fly Lady routine and all that, and I have all the printables for it. If I can find it, I'll link it in the cards and below. I have routines and I do the same thing every morning, but guess what? I still check them off on my list because it's habit, because it's routine, because it's my schedule, it's fitting things in. And it's a reminder. So you do what works for you. I schedule certain things on certain days. It is Wednesday, so I know I have certain things I do on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I have certain things I do on Tuesday. And it's what works. It's what keeps me on schedule, and it's what helps me to fit in the fun stuff because I can get everything I have to do done and then I have time to play. So do what works for you, but make the time to do what makes you happy. Even if it's 10 minutes a day of reading, of yoga, of meditation, of prayer, whatever it is that makes you happy, schedule it and do it. Because I'm going to tell you, when you are happy, you are more successful. It's an absolute truth. And don't put off doing things because you want to lose 10 more pounds, because you're just starting your journey, because. And I'm going to tell you, I used to do that. I will never forget. I would see all my friends posting their beautifully done professional family photos. And I kept saying, oh, you know what? As soon as I lose weight, I'm going to lose some weight and then we're going to go get family photos done. I'm going to lose some weight. And well, guess what? I wasn't losing weight. This was years and years ago. And finally, it clicked. And I said, you know what? God forbid something happens to me. My family does not have beautiful family photos of all of us together. I wasn't going to worry about my weight any longer. I was going to go have those pictures done, and darn it, we did. And it's funny because I mentioned to the photographer, I said, I'm going to tell you, I hate having my picture done. I hate the way I look at 198 pounds. I hate the way I look in clothes. I hate the way I feel. I hate having my picture taken. And she said, I'm going to make this fun. She goes, you're not going to hate it. She goes, you're going to love these pictures. And she did not Photoshop it to make me look skinnier or anything like that. But she did. She made it fun. And I was so relaxed and having such a good time. I loved the photos. And guess what? Yeah, I needed to lose some weight in those photos. I did. But you know what? I loved the photos. I loved the look on our faces. I loved everything about them. So don't put off something that you've been wanting to do because of your weight. Don't put off taking that vacation. Don't put off going to the beach. Don't put off going to that amusement park because of your weight. Don't do it. If it's what you enjoy and if it's what you want to do, just do it. And you know what? When you do it, you'll be happier, and then maybe it will motivate you. Maybe it will make you realize that, you know what, you can do anything, especially this journey that we're all on, this weight loss journey. Absolutely. So find what makes you happy, schedule some time to do it, and do it. Even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes a week, have something to look forward to, because it will make you happier and it will make you more successful. It really, really will. So that is the topic for this week. The recipe for this week looks yummy. Barbecue chicken, corn, and slaw salad. It's really like 3 little things in one. I mean, it's just corn. There's nothing special about the corn. It's barbecue chicken and it's a slaw salad. So, you know, it's, they want you to just get some coleslaw mix and mix it with ranch dressing. So something a little different than your traditional coleslaw mix. And same with the chicken. They just want you to toss it with barbecue sauce and cook it up. And they use either frozen or fresh corn. So it's just a nice looking plate. It's a very summery looking plate. And we don't eat slaw nearly enough in this house. So I think and I just got a head of cabbage from someone. So you know what? This is looking really good. And I think we have barbecue chicken coming up next week, and I think I'll add some slaw to that. We eat fresh corn all summer. Being in Jersey, we are known for our Silver Queen corn. It is phenomenal. And I could eat it every single solitary day. So anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. Find something that you enjoy doing and make it a priority. Make you a priority. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, even if it's 10 minutes a week. Just carve out that little bit, because honestly, it'll help. So thank you again for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And every time I upload, you will be notified, and you can come on in and see what I'm chatting about, see what I'm eating, see what I'm doing. I upload several times a week and I have a good time doing it. So thanks again for watching, and have a fantastic week.